So today we will start the Stackelberg model of duopoly, which is basically a dynamic game. If we consider Kurna model or Bertrand model, the initial problems or the single shot games, those are called static games. In such cases, both firms are adopting their strategies simultaneously. But here we will find out that this is basically a sequential game. This model is a model of leadership. So in Stackelberg model we will consider there are two firms. Firm 1 is the leader and firm 2 is the follower. So what are the strategies adopted by the firms? Strategies are the output to be produced. So firm 1 output is Q1. Feasible set of output is Q1 is greater than 0. And similarly, firm 2's output will be Q2. It will be also greater than 0. So this game is a sequential game. Why? Because this game moves in a sequence. So here what happens that at first stage, initially firm 1 he will chooses the output level Q1. Next stage what happens? Firm 2 will choose his output level Q2, but definitely this Q2 will depend upon the level of Q1. And in this case one more thing is to be remembered, that the payoff of both firms. So firm 1's payoff will be the function of the output produced by both firms. Firm 2's payoff will also be the function of outputs produced by both firms. Now, before entering the profit maximization function, we have to think one way, that in this case, as firm 1 is the leader, he has clear idea about how the firm 2 will respond to its own output. But firm 2 is the follower, firm 2 will not find out, or firm 2 will not anticipate about any change in firm 1's strategy following firm 2's output. So in this case, what we see, we will find out number 1, we have assumed F1 selects Q1, number 2, from this given Q1, F2 selects Q2. In which way? His objective is to maximize profit with respect to Q1 and Q2. So find out the value of Q1 which will maximize his profit. Sorry, it will be pi 2. Maximize his profit given the output level of firm 1. And from here, firm 2 we will find out the best response of firm 2, which is known as reaction function Q2 equals to R2 Q1. So this is called the reaction function of firm 2 with respect to the output level of firm 1. And next thing is to remember that firm 1 knows about the reaction of firm 2. So whenever firm 1's objective will be to maximize profit, and his profit will be a function of Q1. So ultimately, this is the concept of backward induction. So this is the concept of backward induction. Firm 1 knows that firm 2's output will depend upon his own output. So firm 1 will try to maximize his output with respect to with respect to Q1. So he has to find out the optimum value of Q1 which maximizes his payoff. So now we will enter into the game. So let us consider that price is given as A minus Q. This is the market demand function. And for the sake of simplicity, we consider for both firms the marginal cost is same and it is C. Now, we can write that P equals to A minus Q1 minus Q2 because we are considering here, just like Kuhn model, here both firms are selling identical product. Now, first we will consider the reaction function of firm 2. So, we will find out the objective function of firm 2 or the follower. So, pi 2 equals to Q2 into P minus A, it will be Q2 into A minus Q1 minus Q2 minus C into Q2. So if we want to find the reaction function, what we need to do? We need to differentiate with respect to, we have to find out the profit maximizing condition or the maxima condition. That means, so first we have to find out that del pi 2 by del Q2 equals to 0. So del by del Q2 of Q2 into A minus Q1 minus Q2 minus CQ2. So if it must be equal to 0. So if we differentiate it, what we will get? A minus Q1 minus 2Q2 minus C equals to 0. Or we can write the 2Q2 equals to A minus C minus Q1 or Q2 equals to A minus C minus Q1 by 2. So this is the reaction function of firm 2. Now what is the backward induction? Firm 1 knows how firm 2's output will be dependent upon Q1. So now firm 1 will introduce this part in his profit, in his objective function, and then try to maximize profit with respect to Q1. So now let us consider the profit function, objective function or profit function of firm 1. So it will be Q1 into A minus Q1 minus Q2 minus C of Q1. Now what we will do? We know that Q2, how Q2 is dependent on the Q1. So what I will do? I will replace this Q2 with the reaction function. So Q1 into A minus Q1 minus A minus C minus Q1 divided by 2 minus CQ1. So now let us simplify it. So it will be AQ1 minus Q1 square minus AQ1 minus CQ1 minus Q1 square divided 2 minus CQ1. So in the next step, if we further simplify it, so it will come 2AQ1 minus 2Q1 square minus AQ1 plus CQ1 plus Q1 square minus CQ1. So 2AQ1 minus AQ1 equals to AQ1 minus Q1 square minus plus CQ1 minus 2CQ1 equals to minus CQ1. So now if we differentiate it with respect to, so our first order condition is del pi 1 by del Q1 equals to 0. So here what we think, we just see due to the backward induction in the objective function of farm 1 there is no existence of Q2. So farm 1 will maximize his profit with respect to his own output. So it will come as A by 2 minus 2Q1 by 2 minus C by 2 equals to 0. Or if we dismiss it, Q1 equals to A minus C by 2. So this is the equilibrium level of output by farm 1. Now let us consider what will be the output of farm 2. From reaction function Q2 equals to, what did I get? Q2 equals to A minus C minus Q1 divided by 2. So now if we place the value of Q1, so A minus C minus A minus C by 2 whole divided by 2. So it will come 2 into A minus C minus A minus C divided by 2 equals to, divided by 2. So it will come A minus C divided by 4. This is the output. So see, leader produces, the equilibrium level of output of leader is just twice the output of the equilibrium level of output of the follower. This is the special feature of the dynamic queue. And now, what will be the price? Price will be A minus C by 2 minus plus A minus C by 4. So P equals to A minus 2A minus C by 2 plus A minus C. So A minus 3 into A minus C divided by 4 equals to 4A minus 3A plus 3C by 4 equals to A plus, this will be the market price. And now what will be the payoff? If marginal cost is fixed, then pi 1 equals to P minus C into Q1 and pi 2 equals to P minus C into Q2. So P minus C means A plus 3C by 4 minus C into A minus C divided by 2. So it will be A plus 3C minus 3C by 4 into A minus C by 2, A minus C by 4 into A minus C by 2 equals to A minus C whole square divided by 8. And Pi 2 equals to A. We have already got P minus C equals to A minus C by 4. So it will be A minus C by 4 into A minus C by 4 equals to A minus C whole square by 16. A minus C whole square by 16. As the both farms are facing the same cost, farm 1 produces double of the output of farm 2. That's why farm 1's profit will be the double of the profit of farm 2. So leader makes the profit which is exactly double of the profit made by the follower. So this is the case of Stackelberg model.